All right, hello everyone and welcome to Financial Accounting 1A. This is just a review of our syllabus for the fall 2022 semester for both of my sections. And the syllabus is considered to be the contract between the instructor, myself, and the students. So hopefully this would clarify all the expectation from the course and make things clear for you. Meanwhile, if you have any question later on, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. So I have two sections, 25878 and 25887, and these are offered as a 17-week courses during the fall of 2022. So in the syllabus, of course, you can see my name. I have a doctorate degree and I'm also a CPA. And this is my email address, and this is the best way to communicate with me. We also have a virtual phone number. It never reaches a real phone. It's just something that you can leave me a message and I can respond to you. There will be weekly announcements in this course on Mondays, and usually it would be posted on Canvas by noon. Of course, this is an online class. It's 100% online, so my communication would be through videos and through Canvas. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer any of your questions by email. Meanwhile, if you want to meet with me during office hours, I'll be happy to meet with you through Zoom. So this is the link for the textbook, and by the way, it's the 16th edition. This textbook is going to be used for this class as well as the managerial accounting, which is 1B in your next semester. Canvas is the platform that we use to communicate together, and this is where I'm going to post all the material related to the course, as well as you're going to post your assignments. The grades would be also posted on Canvas. All homework assignments and the term project would be on Cengage through something called Cengage Now. And we'll get into that in the announcements. And on Canvas, you should find a link on how you can enroll in Cengage Now. So the required textbook is Financial and Managerial Accounting, the 16th edition by Warren, Jones, and Taylor. There are three options for buying the textbook. There's a 4-month subscription, there's a 12-month subscription, and there's also a loose leaf. Whatever option you want to get, and it's on the bookstore, these options are available as well as on the the publisher website. Whatever option you're going to go for, please make sure that you have access to Cengage Now, and that because you're going to do the homework for that, or using Cengage Now. This textbook is eligible for something called Cengage Unlimited, so if you are subscribed for that, again, you can take advantage of, I think, better prices. Regarding other materials for this class, you'll need a calculator, nothing sophisticated, just something simple. You don't need something like a graphic calculator or anything like that, or scientific calculator. Just a simple calculator, because we're going to do simple math. I personally prefer not using your cell phone because it might get distracting. You also need a notebook, paper, eraser, pencils, internet access, of course, and a valid email address, preferably a Chaffey College email address. This class doesn't have any prerequisites, so I'm assuming that many of you are freshmen. This is your very first year at Chaffey College. If not, then it's not a big deal. So regarding the course description, development and communication of financial information that is useful to investors, creditors, and others to make decisions. Course material covered includes the accounting environment, accounting cycle, application of generally accepted accounting principles, ethics, financial statements, operating, investing, and financing activities. I know the course description might not be very clear right now, but trust me, by the end of the semester, this would make a lot of sense. And we'll start understanding and learning about accounting as we go through time, and I'm sure things would be clear. Same thing for the students' learning outcomes. They might not make a lot of sense now, but trust me, things would get much clearer towards the end of the semester. So upon successful completion of this class, you need to get, by the way, a grade C or higher. These are the things that you expect to learn, or you should expect as the learning outcomes for this class. So students will identify the steps in the accounting cycle. They would also recognize the role of ethics in accounting. You'll recognize and define financial statements, which is something I call it the end product of accounting. Students would demonstrate knowledge of the accounting cycle and financial statements through analysis, preparation, and interpretation of accounting data. So we'll be doing a lot of journal entries and recording, and we'll learn more about that as we go through the course. Other objective of the course, so I'll leave that part for you to read, but I think these are very clear kind of items. They might not be very clear right now again, but towards the end, or as we cover chapter by chapter, you'll realize the value of what we have here in these objectives. Let me talk about the homework policy. So like most courses, but in accounting specifically, homework is critical because concepts cannot be fully understood until applied in assignments. So we can learn the concepts, but if we don't apply them, we might not really comprehend what's behind these concepts. So completing the homework assignments is essential in preparing for the exams. There's a direct correlation between success on exams and the effort committed to the homework. So by seriously attempting to solve the homework problems, you would learn the material. Therefore, homework would be heavily weighted in the grading process. Homework could be submitted online using Cengage Now, as I mentioned earlier. And there are instructions on Canvas on how you can enroll in Cengage Now. An access code is required to complete the homework in this program. This is included when you purchase the textbook, either the online package or the loose leaf. If you don't have access code, you'll need to purchase one. Instructions on how to purchase an access code may be found on the bookstore website. And this is the link to the bookstore website. That's Chafee Bookstore. Make sure to complete your homework early to avoid any computer problems you may encounter. By the way, the deadline for all homework assignments is the last day of the class, but I still encourage you to be on track and try to complete every single assignment as we finish the chapter. Because if you start accumulating assignments, completing completing 2 or 3 assignments at a time might be a little bit more overwhelming. So try to stay on track and try to finish everything as we cover it. There will be also weekly homework assignments. The homework assignments would require a minimum of 10 hours per week. And again, these are like plus or minus, but that's my just recommendation that you spend at least 10 hours trying to work on these homework assignments. And of course, you'll have to go back to the textbook and try to maybe go back to my lecture videos and if there's anything that's not clear, that maybe try to reach out to me by email. It's not possible to earn a passing grade for this class without completing all the homework. So I really want you to work on the homework. It's an expectation for this class. I think it's part of the learning process. So I've seen some students who would do everything like complete the quizzes, or what I like to call the class experiences. They would do the exams, and they try to be on track for everything, but when it comes to homework, they ignore it. And trust me, this is not helpful. You have to do the homework. Homeworks are critical. One important information here, as I said, all homework assignments are due at the end of the course. However, I encourage you to complete your homework assignments for the chapters covered as soon as the weekly class is completed. Each homework assignment is worth 5 points, and you will earn full credit if you score over 80% on each assignment. So as long as you get 80%, you get 5 points. If it's below 80%, then it's going to be prorated. So my recommendation, if there's a little issue here or there, that's, let's say you got like 95% or 96% and it's annoying you, just let go. And unless you really want to know how it works, reach out to me and I'll help you. But in terms of grade, as long as you're getting 80% and above, you earn your full credit, which is 5 points. In this class, there are class experiences, and this is another term I like to use instead of quizzes. I think it makes me less nervous. Quizzes, I never liked quizzes, so that's why I use that term. So these are based on readings and homework assignments. There's a schedule at the very end of this syllabus that shows you the topics covered and the times where the class experiences would be assigned. So every class experience would be available every Friday from noon until midnight, and it's going to be available for 1 hour window. Makeup for these class experiences is not allowed. There will be approximately 12 class experiences this semester. Each class experience is worth 8 points. I'll drop the lowest 2 class experiences out of the 12, so the maximum grade would be 80 points. So we'll have a total of 12 class experiences. Let's say you missed 1 or you got a bad grade on 1 or 2, don't panic too much because I'm dropping the lowest 2. Another thing that I like to use in this class is something called annual report experiences, and this is a fun assignment. It just ties what we learned to real world. So we're going to be using the annual reports at the very end of the textbook to run some financial analyses. And these are really, really useful, and I stress on them. They're not worth a lot of points. They're only 20 points, 4 points each. We're going to have 5 of these. And I think our very first annual report experience assignment would be available after the first midterm. For the term project, there's a term project that would be based on the first few chapters. I would say the first 3 or 4 chapters, and it's worth 40 points. The deadline would be the end of the course. And again, this is something you should not worry about until we cover the first midterm. But as soon as we cover the first midterm, I think we need to focus on this. It's going to be available on Cengage now. And it's similar to the homework, but it's one comprehensive problem that might require some time. So you need to buckle down and try to solve it to earn these 40 points. Something I normally don't like to talk about, which is dropping the course. So the instructor would drop students who register for this course but did not confirm presence within the first week. So if I notice like within the first 2 weeks we have students who never completed any assignment or they didn't respond to anything, I would automatically drop them. Beyond this, it's your responsibility to drop from this class should you decide not to complete the class at this time. So my responsibility would be just for the first 2 weeks. It's not a responsibility, but I think it's a commitment that if I notice that somebody is not really involved, then I would just maybe try to contact them first. If they don't respond, that I'm going to drop them. But beyond that, if you make the decision that you want to drop the course, then you take responsibility for that. So some important dates. The last day to drop from the class without a grade of W is September 5th, 2022, which is about I would say 3 weeks from today. Also, the last day to drop from the class with a W is October 28th. And in this case, you're going to receive a W. But again, this is, at least you're not getting an F. So that's your decision. And again, I'm explaining here the worst case scenario, and I'm hoping and expecting that everybody would get an A in this course, and I think it's doable. You just need to put the time and effort to get it done. But of course, I'm listing here the dates to keep you informed, but hopefully nobody would need to rely on these drop dates. This is not something that you should worry about. For academic integrity, of course, this is an accounting course, and integrity is very important. So it's essential as it would be the model for professional integrity in the workplace. Academic dishonesty of any kind, whether it's cheating, plagiarism, unauthorized collaboration, facilitating academic dishonesty, interference, sabotage, fabrication, or retaliation, would not be tolerated. So no exceptions would be allowed for any kind of similar behavior. So at the discretion of the instructor, any form of academic dishonesty would result in F for the assignments. Again, I know this sounds too harsh, but again, I want you to be informed that I expect you to be honest people. And people in business in general, they need to be honest. And in accounting, this is very, very critical. So for more information, see the complete academic integrity policy in the Chaffey College Student Handbook. Again, during my tenure here with Chaffey College, I've never experienced any issues with any of my students. Very, very few cases, but I think as long as you're putting the effort, you should be good. And also keep in mind, this is an online course, so I expect you to be working on your own and you're relying on your own work. So online course commitment, this is just repeating what I just summarized here. So course commitment is critical to your understanding of the material. The nature of accounting is such that each new concept builds upon the former. Therefore, your success in the course depends heavily upon regular involvement with the course. Several short videos will be posted on Canvas for you to understand the different topics covered in the course. Please make sure to watch these videos on a regular basis and email me any questions you have in case you don't understand a specific topic. So in other words, avoid procrastination. As I said before, procrastination is your biggest enemy. Try to stay on track. And this is an online course. And in online courses, a critical success tool is time management. So the better you manage your time, the easier it's going to be for you to get an A in this class. And again, I'm trying to make it very clear for you. Accounting is not separate concepts that are not related. No, it's things that build up on each other. And especially the first 4 chapters, they represent the foundation of accounting. So these are critical. You have to spend enough time to understand the concepts. If you don't really spend enough time in the first 4 chapters, which are the first 4 weeks of this course, you might find like the remaining topics to be not very logical. And that's why I really encourage you to spend enough time, enjoy it as much as you can, try to find the positive things about this course. And I think accounting is fun. It's very logical, very interesting, especially for those who are interested in businesses and want to learn about business. In the next title here, we are talking about the available computer labs at Chaffey College. And you can see these are the available computer labs in the main campus here in Rancho Cucamonga and then in the Chino Center, Fontana, and Ontario. And these computers, they have access to the internet, they have Microsoft Office, things like Excel and some other softwares. And again, try to make sure that the labs are open. Again, COVID might have an impact on the availability of these labs. There's a Chaffey College Student Success Center, and these are the different centers in Chino, Fontana, and Rancho Cucamonga. So if you need to contact them, these are their numbers. Career Center, again, these are the information for the Career Center as well. Now let's talk about the exam, which is, I think, an important part of I think that's an interesting thing for you, or maybe some of you might be worried about. But the good thing is, since this is an online course, so you're going to be taking these exams remotely, you'll have enough time, and I hope they will not be too challenging. So there will be a total of 2 midterm exams in this class and 1 final exam. So in total, we have 3 exams. Each exam would cover 4 to 5 chapters. The exam would consist of multiple choice questions, short answer questions and problems. The exams would be based on chapter reading, homework, lecture videos, and in-course assignments. All exams would be conducted through Canvas. Exams must be taken at the scheduled date and time. Only in extremely limited circumstances are makeup exams permitted. So normally I would like to know this in advance. So, and yeah, please don't wait after the exam time and let me know, oh, I missed the exam and now I need your assistance. So please see the course schedule for exam dates. It's at the end of this syllabus, and I'll go over it shortly. Inform the instructor ahead of time if there's a conflict so that arrangements can be made. Now let's talk about the grading scale. As you can see, the exams, they represent a big weight. So 300 points out of 500 points, which is about 60% of your grade, are based on exams. But 40% are based on other things, like the homework assignments. It's about 12%, 60 points. Class experiences, which are the quizzes, about 16% or 80 points. Annual report experiences, very easy assignment, 4%, which are 20 points. And the term project, another 8% for 40 points. So these, I call them the easy points. These are the guaranteed points. Exams are exams. Of course, the more we study, the better we're going to perform. So, but sometimes we get lucky, sometimes not. But these are the easy points, like the homework assignments, class experiences, the annual report experiences, the term project. Do your best to complete these. Don't miss them, because if you miss them, then you're losing these easy points. So 40% are guaranteed. I would say that if you complete them, if you do them, and then the other 60% are just based on exams. This is the grading scale. To get an A, you need 90% and above. B is between 80 and 89%. C is between 70 and 79%. D is 60 to 69. And by the way, D is not a passing grade in this class. And then anything below 60% is an F. Regarding calculators, of course, this is an accounting class. So you'll need calculators for your class experiences, exams, for the homeworks. And you're allowed to use them. And of course, you can also use computers, because that's part of the course. For students that needs assistance with the disability program and services, please let me know. And you can contact the DPS at this number, and they should coordinate your needs, and I'll make sure that everything is satisfied on Canvas. There's also the Panther Care program. So this program is committed to identifying solutions that address the needs of students experiencing food, financial, transportation, legal, and housing insecurity. So again, if you have any questions, please contact Alicia Rosas at this number. So let's go over the schedule of classes. So first week, we're going to take it easy. It's an introduction. I expect you to introduce yourself using the discussion board. I want you to read the syllabus carefully. There's a little bit of history of accounting. It's called the father of accounting. I have that on Canvas. I also expect you to register in the homework system, which is Cengage now. And that's why I always take the first week easy, so people who are adding or dropping the course would just will have enough time before we start seriously engaging in the class in week 2. So starting week 2, we're going to have chapter 1, and then chapter 2, 3, and 4, and then by week 6 we're going to have our first midterm. And by the way, the deadline to drop without a W would be right before our 4th class meeting, so after we cover chapter 1 and 2. If you feel like this is not for me, then again, I don't want to talk about that. So the C's are the class experiences. We're going to have the first class experience on the 3rd week, and then almost every week we're going to have a class experience. Then chapter 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and then we're going to have our second midterm. And during that time, we're going to have also 4 class experiences. Then we're going to cover chapter 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And that's the part related to financial accounting. And then once you complete this class, you're going to start from chapter 15, where we have the managerial accounting, which is 1B. The final exam is going to be on Monday, December 12th, from 6 to 8, again through Canvas. So that's basically everything in the syllabus. I hope this is clear. Again, I want to welcome you all to Financial Accounting 1A, and please reach out to me if you have any questions. I hope this gave you like a quick idea about the course syllabus, and I look forward to seeing you next week, and we'll start going into the material itself. All right, so good luck, everybody.